Competing in London was unlike any other competition that I've had, really. It was pretty special just to walk into the stadium. I was the first morning, first morning of athletics, so I was kind of expecting walking in at 9:30, and I thought I might be a bit sparse and wasn't too fussed about that. But yeah, to walk in and see a fully packed stadium, you know, before they'd even fired a gun, that was pretty cool.
London for me was just an amazing experience. It was totally different from Beijing to me, going in as ranked in the top 3. I was very nervous, but I had the best outcome, and it was just such an amazing atmosphere and best games yet.
Yeah, having, I guess, already competed in Beijing, I sort of, I guess I had something to compare it a little bit. Yeah, London was pretty surreal, just with the way, I guess, the whole sort of town embraced, you know, the Olympics and the Olympic movement, and you know, having a British guy in my heat, just the roar that he got was pretty spine-tingling, and yeah, you know, like obviously I'm a little bit disappointed I didn't compete up to what I thought I was capable of, but having been able to leave London and have a bit of downtime, you know, I look back on it, and you know, at the end of the day, I'm a 2-time Olympian, and you know, pretty proud of what I've been able to achieve.
Most treasured memory would have to be the opening ceremony. As cliche as it is, walking in with you know, all of your teammates and your team uniform, dressed up, and to hear that roar when you walk in was pretty special. So yeah, I know it's a pretty stock standard answer, but opening ceremony.
Definitely my most treasured memory is definitely winning the gold medal for the long jump in a world record jump as well, but also getting to experience that with my coach. I got to hug him afterwards, and you know, I did it both for me and him, and it was just amazing, and having my family over there as well.
Most treasured memory? Yeah, like Dale said, probably the opening ceremony. It's really strange. You know, you spend 2 or 3 hours standing out in the front of the stadium and just waiting and waiting and waiting for it, and you get closer to the opening, and then you start seeing more and more of the stadium, and then you're out there and there's flashing lights and everyone's, you know, you're walking out as a nation, and you know, I don't know if people watched the opening ceremony, but I broke out into a bit of dancing. I don't know why, but that was just the first thing that came to my head. I was just, yeah, it was just one of those things that, yeah, you'll never ever forget. And you know, you walk that lap, and it's about 5 minutes probably, and then you're finished, and you know, probably the best, yeah, 5 minutes of my life.
I was most surprised at the size of the event. So I suppose when you think Olympics, you think it's a big event, but you never really get a gauge on what big is until you're actually there. So just to see how all-encompassing it was.
To be honest, it was just the atmosphere getting over there and the support. You know, having the Olympics games before us and then going as a Paralympian, they were just as much supported, and it was just amazing atmosphere. And also the people there just getting behind the games, and the roar in the stadium. I think, you know, the loud screams was just deafening, but just so exciting.
Yeah, probably, you know, having lived in London and spent basically the last 5 years in London as my training base, and especially the last 2 months leading into the Olympics, just, I guess the difference between Beijing and London was that, you know, it's English speaking, and you're really able to, you know, feel involved in the build-up and the hype, and yeah, just being there and seeing, you know, the support that you know, every athlete got.
Enjoy the journey, because the Olympics is such a small, it is the pinnacle, and it's the climax of that journey, but it's a small component of the overall experience. So you have to enjoy the lead up and enjoy competing and keep all those things in perspective, and enjoy training. You know, stay balanced with your friends and family and things like that too. So I'd recommend if you can strike that balance where you're still loving it all, and that's going to enable you to then put in the work and work with your coach and do all those kind of things that you need to do to get there.
You know, just to put in 110% all the time. Going to the Paralympics and winning a gold medal definitely paid off with all the hard work that I've put in. So I think that, you know, if you want to do something and you have goals, to go for it and just to, you know, put in the hard yards and to stick with it, because it's definitely worth it in the end. And just to make sure you have a balanced lifestyle between training and friends and everything, because sometimes it does get tough.
It really is a four-year journey. And to be honest, there's a lot more lows than probably highs, but you know, the highs, they just totally outweigh the lows, and you just got to enjoy it. You got to be in an environment where you're happy, you know, and just really get that support network around you, and you know, just got to get out there, enjoy it, and just keep, you know, set goals, little goals, and just keep, you know, ticking them off, and yeah, before you know it, you're standing on the start line, ready to go.
Yeah, I'm taking a bit of a new tack, so I'm stepping away from athletics for a little while, which was a tough decision, really tough decision. Certainly not leaving on bad terms, so I'm going to stay in touch with the sport and still follow it, and you'll see me around. But yeah, it's time for me to you know, try and challenge myself in new ways. So yeah, I've been fortunate enough to be taken on board by the Melbourne Rebels, so I'm going to be playing rugby for a little while and see how I go on that front. But yeah, look, that again, exactly what I said before. It's just about challenging myself and part of the adventures of life.
Yeah, definitely my aim is Rio. It's on the cards for me, but I also have a couple of world champs in between. And even though I did really well in London, there's also a lot of stuff that my coach and I want to work on. So to work on those things, perfect them, and hopefully go one better in Rio, and also at world champs to come home with some medals as well.
Yeah, obviously still in the sport. It was great. I was able to have a bit of downtime after the Olympics and just I get a bit of perspective and take it all in. And you know, I've come home pretty hungry and ready to get going again. Probably still want to do the 800 and the 1500. My love's still on the 1500, and maybe want to put a bit more effort into that this year. But you know, just have both of those options, and I know I'm just looking forward to getting back to training with the boys and having some banter and some sledging, and you know, just I'm a bit of an addictive personality. I'm a man of routine, and you know, I just kind of love slogging out the hard miles and just getting back to the roots, and yeah, just enjoy it really.